If you are dealing with automation with the data power, XML management interface are the cornerstones. They expose built-in APIs present in data power so that you can consume it for automation purpose. From an administrative standpoint, it is important to know how to configure an XML management interface. If you are interested in knowing more about XML management interface from a developer perspective, I have another video on my channel which you can look at, and there I have provided in detail, in fact demonstrated in detail, how to harness the power of XML management interface. This video is primarily for administrators to understand how to configure it in data power. So you have to be in the default domain for that purpose, and here I type in XML. Then I have XML management interface over here. I click one of them. I land on this configuration screen. This is, first of all, this is disabled by default. So you have to enable it. So first I can enable it. Second, I need to provide it an IP address, a port number. You can leave it 00, but putting it on 00 is not a good idea. Ideally, you should install it on management IP. Then you have a port number. Typically default port number works just fine, so leave it as is. And then you have enabled services. I would suggest that if you do not have any particular requirement of dealing with particularly old protocols, then leave them as they are. So this is what enabled services means. Let's try to understand some of the security features of XML management interface. The very first one is the access control list. Here, if you click on the access control list, it allows you to define IP-based whitelisting. This is very important because here in this table, you can define an IP address or an IP address range, machines which are allowed to call the XML management interface. These machines typically would be the servers where build and deployment activities are going on, and you initiate a deployment from these servers. So you have to whitelist an IP address or IP address range over here. Remember, if you add even one entry over here, this means that only that IP will be able to access the XML management interface. All other IPs will be excluded and will not be allowed to call or access this XML management interface. So if you wish that any machine can call data power XML management interface, don't put any IP over here. So that is the first thing. Second thing is, under advanced, you have server profile. This server profile allows you to install your custom certificate over here. By default, if you try to hit the XML management interface over HTTPS, you will see this certificate, this WebGUI certificate there. But if you wish, this is a self-signed certificate. So if you wish to have your own custom certificate over here, configure the server profile here to send the appropriate certificate as part of HTTPS. So this is the second security setting that is provided here. This is service level monitoring, which says only SLM update interval for 10 seconds. This is primarily important from a metering perspective because if you have a tool which is looking at the data power and trying to gather the statistics of service invocation, then this SLM setting would be useful in that case. So this is pretty much about setting up the XML management interface. You click on apply button and then your XML management interface will be up and running. That's all about configuring XML management interface in data power. Thanks for watching.